Ladies and gents, welcome to our Halo Wars 2 2v2 Pro League. Our first time doing this. Hope you guys will enjoy it because 2v2 is super fun. And this time it's the very best gamers. Carson Cameras here in the blue color. And we've got his buddy, Hetchy, in the teal. Hetchy's back, gamers. Hetchy's back. Playing as Cutter and Yap Yap. Together they're Art of Ruin. On the other side of the map, we've got Checho's Pros in the red, and in the yellow, this is Zonated Soul. They're playing as Decimus and Cutter. Together, they are Chezona. £200 are on the line in this tournament, and I'm really hoping that more people will join the next one. You guys can join the next one. Anyone is welcome. Everyone can join pro tournaments these days. We've changed the rules, so it's no longer just for the pros. Everyone can play. And then we ban the strongest players in Rising Star, and then we also ban some of the next set of players in Amateur, so that the weaker players can fight amongst themselves. Need intros that show the 2v2 map layouts accurate. That's true. We should do that. Because this is at the moment 1v1 map intros, but it's just buying time for me to set up the scoreboard. Well, as far as the build orders go, guys, nothing crazy is happening. Zonated Soul actually has an unupgraded generator and a barracks, so that's never a good combo. You usually want your generator to upgrade before you have that barracks make units, but oh well. Sometimes it just be like that. If you can't capture enough power from the map at the start, then you might be a little bit delayed there. Just spamming the cannon fodder. Soon raid camps coming up. Got some cameras with 2 generators already. Basically no units, but he's got a double barracks, so he will very quickly fill that up. Just taking a quick look at Chechos' base. He also is working on his second extractor. And then we should be expecting choppers. There will be no Forge, there will be no Jerome in the series. I forgot to say that. Those are the band leaders. It's player picks. But there's no draft, so technically you can see a mirror matchup between the teams. However, they can't play double of the same leader. It's gonna be difficult to manage that many snipers, and Kars is making even more. He's got 4 now, 5. He's making a 6th sniper. Oh my god. Hopefully he prepares something for those choppers, because that's a lot of freaking snipers. It's very dangerous because you can just get beamed, but it's Kars. I'm sure he's got it under control. Quick expansions. Zonated Soul is up. Hetchy is up. Checho's probably gonna go faster tier 2 here. Although he could get the base. There's no reason he couldn't. Just right about now. More than enough choppers to handle the situation. What you don't want to do is ram cannon fodder, because they're free units and there will be reflection damage onto the choppers from the ramming, so better to just shoot them. Kite a little bit because they're melee. $2v2 scoreboard. Yes, Sean is working on that. Sean is working on that. Now that we have more 2v2, it's kind of justified. Guys, there's nothing to say. That base never had a chance. Absolutely getting focused down. Hechi is in a little bit of trouble there. And unfortunately for Zoned Soul, the mines actually didn't get placed just right. So these snipers are going to be sniped. And there's the penalty for the infantry for loitering around. ODST stun and beam memeing on them. Maybe it's not that big of a deal after all to have lost that base. Especially if these guys end up dealing with the choppers now. But there's kind of not enough stuff for it. Kars, however, has an absolutely ridiculous army. He didn't really help Hechi here. But now on the counter-offensive, they've got a lot of potential, and Kars has a second base up and running, so with tier 2 coming through, he's not really behind the Yapper. Oh my god, he got beamed and stunned as well. All those snipers are dead. He's got one sniper, he had 6. I didn't expect to see that. Poor Kars, man, he got absolutely rinsed. But he's got a lot behind this still. 53 population of actual real units. Or snipers good. Yeah, when they can shoot stuff. These guys just ran away, so they didn't get to play. Ooh. Big stun there on the Spartan. Should have a jump ready for it though, to get out of this. But now there's no snipers to take care of the Warlord. This is going to be a very difficult fight to have. And the Spartan is very pullable there. Nobody's really shooting the Warlord. Even if they tried, I don't think it will work. Surely Chechos has Siphon, right? Now he already has the upgrade for the Euro. And Boundless Siphon is in. Don't need active Siphon anyway. High Ground Sniper working here. Does a pretty good job. There's a second stun from that Warlord. It's got up to 1 star now. Oh my. That's bonkers. Chechos is just having an absolute party here. He's got active Siphon on top, so this guy will just go back to full. Probably does want, however, that Engineer on top. Gosh, there's more snipers now. Protecting the high ground all over. Hechi's drop isn't really doing much, guys. It's kind of getting rinsed by those turrets. Another ODST drop to try and catch the Warlord, but it's not happening as Archer Missile gets dropped in. And another slam! This is crazy, man. The ODSTs are dead. Spartan gets pulled in, but the stun on the hero will get it down. Now that's Chechos Pros have a follow-up. Because if he really wants to do something about this, it needs to be Decimus. Zoned Soul doesn't seem to have enough units out in general. He's tried to queue some, but honestly this base is not looking healthy right now, and without the Warlord being here to further help out, that Locust is just asking for trouble. It's a Methane Locust. 3 buildings destroyed, 4 buildings destroyed. That is definitely trouble. And we've got a big drop from our cutter. That's cars. Tank beats everything, as you well know. Very, very powerful timing attack from these guys. And that's gonna be it for Zone 8 to Seoul. He got doubled. Was not enough support from Chechos, other than that one hero. Whew. Very solid play from Art of Ruin. Game 2, ladies and gents. We've got Carson Cameras in the blue and Hetchy in the teal. They're playing as Atriox and Johnson on the other side of the map. We've got in the red color Chetros Pros in the red and yellow Zone 8 Souls generator first there. That is Atriox and Johnny. Cars doing generator second. Has at least 4 grunts out. Oh, that's a chopper actually to get some resources. Maybe we'll do a little bit of pressure on that marine squad, but there's 2 marines and there's the sentinels to worry about as well. So Cars needs to stay well out of their range and have the sentinel shoot the marines. He's doing a great job off that, actually. Yes, that was super nice. That was super nice indeed. Checho's going with a War Council 4. Seems to be nicely aligned as well. Of course, with the War Council 5th. Hetchy with the 2nd generator, okay. A little bit of greed after that chopper has done so much work already. And of course it can just go and heal itself. That's always great news. And then you can maybe bully the grunt some more. Sorry, Scoot, about the betting, but a lot of people have already Scoot, if you're doing it, I don't think you can bet, right? Oh. Okay, you got it, The mods have got it. Chosen's out. Got a bunch of brutes as well, which is very important to pressure the mini bases in the middle. UNSC, we should be seeing snipers, and that's coming. But there's only 1. It's a little worrying there. With Johnson being out, it's maybe more acceptable though. Should be seeing some bunkers as well. Hopefully. Damn. That was a nice missile. Bunker versus bunker. That's all we need. It is known. Individually jumping these brutes in to stun the people in the bunker, always very useful for sure. But guys, there's 2 heroes here. It's gonna be a little difficult for Team Blue to keep up with this. And of course, Atriox's mines here are gonna be causing a lot of trouble, both with the explosion damage and the scorching afterwards. You already see a lot of the blue infantry has perished. There's more of that coming, although this is quite loaded with snipers here. So suicide grunts will be kind of low effectiveness. great pickoff on that sniper, of course. Everybody should be on 2 gens by now. Only Soul isn't. Oh, man. That's a problem. Chechos is, and you can already see in his power how much higher it is. He does want himself that tier 2, of course. 3 snipers in that bunker. So absolutely slap this brute, no problem. I really like that little healing beacon there. Keep the bunker up and running. There's just no blue snipers right now, so Cars and Hetchy are definitely on the struggle bus here. Where is Hetchy's barracks anyway? In the back, alright. Well, as long as Cars is going tier 2 soon, which he's not, he doesn't have a second generator. Kinda needs to start thinking about that, because they're not holding the middle here. Bunkers going bonkers. An absolute standoff. Actually getting a 3rd base over there. These guys just getting base number 2 yet. For now. But Hetchy already base 3, man. That's wild. Seems like an easy hold, and maybe that Johnny can put another healing beacon down there soon. Of course, you have to remember the snipers can't shoot buildings, so there's no bunker versus bunker shootery there. But perhaps you can chuck in your Chosen and have it Chosen versus Chosen through the bunkers. Oh man, the mines are in, the mines are in! Ugh, they get shot by the snipers. That's so many targeting lasers. Try not to cross the beams. Wow, they immediately disappeared. There are 6 snipers in here, and there's some more outside. That's the crazy part. Cars is probably waiting for tier 2 and to hit some base there. He's actually getting tier 2 right now, and Dark Skies will be further away for sure. I'm not really certain it's a good idea to hit this right now, but he could try if he wants. See what happens. This middle situation is not good, so I'm starting to think you might as well try and do something about it while there's time to do something. But Dark Skies should definitely be one of the next moves. Locust is a really good addition that will very quickly get rid of these bunkers, even though they're level 2. So Hetchy is definitely trying to get something done. But both heroes are in here. That's already quite enough to get some serious damage through. Extractor is undefended, so maybe it's time to send home those snipers. That's 1 extractor down. Not a bad move by Cars. Yeah, Chechos just wasn't ready for it. They broke it through. Bunch of 1-star snipers here. Oh, nice kill there. Now it's all about catching that Chosen and the brutes. They're all upgraded, and there's a bit of a heal on the base. Cars teleports out. Loses all the brutes in the end. And just has to leg it. It's cheaper to use your teleport than to remake the hero, so it makes sense. Transitioning a little bit into Mantis. I mean, look, he's got a lot of bases. His economy is massive. Shield and missile requisition is coming through. It's a nice little EMP mech as well. Ooh, the snipers are really trying to get something done against that Johnny. Edgy has to run, but he has to also snipe these snipers, I think. He can do that, that's huge. Because he's about to lose these mantis if he waits too long. Right now he can do some massive work. That's great trades, especially being ahead in the economy department. Kinda huge, massive. Gosh, going into Banshees, what? I am so confused right now. But I guess it will actually work out pretty good against the Marauders. You just wouldn't think of the other guys going into just Marauders. That's weird. You'd expect infantry play. But the Locust Marauder is really weird. That is not a thing. Yeah, good job by Cars killing so many units there for free. Not losing anything himself. Fortify upgrade is coming in for Hetchy, so it's going to be much easier for him to hold bases now. And maybe this red Chosen might go down. Ooh, that was very close to getting into trouble, actually. The Banshees are going off on that bunker. Yeah, they're probably not going to get the kill right away, but it's coming. Down it goes. Actually, still doesn't have a lot of units out on the field, but he's got some Kodiaks. He's got some anti-vehicle turrets, so if he gets counter-pushed, that's also not going to be easy to do. And Cars can now fully aid him in that next battle coming up. No, wait, the Banshees are going here? That's not a good idea. Beam is largely missing. It will clip that engineer, but that's about it. It's a good move by Cars pulling away from that. There's a lot of Wolverines here, so I'm not a huge fan of engaging this either, but maybe if they could do it together with Hetchy, and there's an EMP mech blast from him or something. I just still am not happy with overall the army that Hetchy has. If there was more Mantis, this would be so much easier. But he went Kodiak, so he's a pretty static boy at the moment. Of course, can't keep that front base. Oh, maybe his only soul should steal it, actually. That's an idea. Could snipe as well on that Kodiak. It was out there in Narnia, so why not snipe it? Zonita Soul has a perfect army here with the Mantis and Wolverines. I like it a lot. His full population should consider a population upgrade, but instead he's upgrading a base to tier 3. Wow. Yeah, I definitely would have said go for 100 pop first. They're still not fighting together here. But Cars is here to help. Maybe a free generator snipe might be possible. There's also 2 of them here. There's no anti-air turrets. Huge opportunity. Oh, he's got an eradication. That could be huge. Oh my god. Those buildings are so weak right now. Definitely need to snipe them all. Especially the generator. Oh, that's so good. I bet Cars wishes he had been to the other base though, because that had another generator on it. 2 in total, that is. And the Reavers will send him away, of course, but good progress by Cars. He's tier 3. He's getting a 3rd base. He's got his Chosen upgraded. He's swapping into Wraiths, which can then deal supposedly with all these Mantis. What's going on here? Zonita Soul might cause some trouble, but it's nothing too bad because ultimately Cars can deal with this. Once the cloak disappears, yeah, better for these guys to just teleport that. That's a good call. Jetro says here free himself, so he really wants that Chosen to have rifled barrel for this fight. He's getting his own Wraiths out. And if they fight together, they're still gonna be in a good spot overall. But I have to say, Cars and Hatchie, they're quite highly upgraded at the moment. I wonder what Hatchie is actually... We don't have to wonder. We can see for ourselves. He's going Colossus. If he gets to a critical mass of Colossus, you cannot stop it. Hey, Blinks is doing a YouTube drop as well. Super chat. Thanks very much for the €5. You get a Colossus party for this. Well, maybe these guys are actually going for it, but they need to do so together if they try, because this is just going to be overwhelming. Hatchie has already 3 Colossi. And that needs to be respected. So much backup here as well through the Wraiths. Oh my god, that Jones is getting wrecked. Surviving, just barely. Oh, EMP, Mac, and Beam, that's so good! Cars teleports out of it, but the Colossus are about to get it. Great, great play by Team Red. They needed something like that for sure. There's also going to be Vultures now on the field. Maybe their nukes can change the situation a little bit. But I think that one is going down for now. Johnson's going underground. Oh, what the hell? Ah, the Chosen gets sniped in the end. But Team Red pushed this away. For now. Cars kept everyone alive though. Both of the blue heroes are going. Team Red buying themselves time, but they're both down the base. So Team Blue just has a whole lot more stuff. Especially in the long run. Stomp. Actually hit that Wolverine there. Look how strong these Colossi are. Oh my god. EMP, Mach Blast plus Mines nearly did something there, but the guys teleported out. Very, very necessary move. That's an absolute cleanup, isn't it? Oh, look at the swap! Look at the swap! Zoid's Soul might actually have a play here. If he nukes his base down, that would be massive, but he doesn't have quite the numbers. Great Vulture swap, though. I think this could be the play they needed. Colossi are getting countered finally. There's not enough anti-air with this. That Johnny's going down too. But now here come the Reavers. Dude, Cars has a crazy army here. And I'm pretty sure he has highly upgraded vehicles. You can't see right now, but I would say he's at least level 2 vehicles. Maybe the Vultures can go for base attack. If Cars isn't on location to pop the engineer shields, that's going to be a difficult move. But he's got eradication, so I think he can just clean up this base over here. He doesn't care. Go for the trade, because Hatchie has an extra base anyhow, right? No problem. Scorch is getting unloaded. But so are the nukes. Hedgie getting absolutely bombarded, but the base stays alive for now. There was no eradication used, it seems. Garsh is saving it for later. Plenty of healing here from the Marines right now, so the situation is not that bad. Hedgie made sure to upgrade his building HP, and a lot of the vultures actually died to this attack attempt. Anti-air turret is doing work. Only 3 of them remain. Wow. Oh, Garsh having to teleport out of that. He definitely has less stuff, but he has a beam. And that beam is doing some great work right now. Oh my god, these guys are so clumped. That's 3 Wraiths going down to a beam. That's amazing value right there. Marines just absolutely running this down. Some of them will die, but that's a sacrifice that Hedgie is willing to make. He's getting Johnny back out there. He's got max pop. I bet he could make a whole lot of generators if he wanted to, but it's not necessary at this point. Garsh is also quite rich. He doesn't have turrets or even shields on the bases, which is kind of funny. He does here. He's getting a cloak as well. Under attack now, but he's on the opposite side of the map, so it's going to be a while until he gets here. There's a lot of resources though, so he could technically, if he loses one more unit, he could get a Scarab. I wonder if he'll do something like that. Oh, and I missed it, but Blinks also donated £5 to the next pro tournament. Thanks very much. That's going to be a 1v1. And it's going to be about a month and a half from now, I think. Honestly, considering that they're behind by a base, Team Red is holding on pretty well. But now they're under heavy attack again. The vultures are kiting back, which is exactly what they need to do here. Oh, the Colossi get boosted. Now they're just picking up the air pads. As they should. John is gonna try to take on the vultures himself. Jumps into the bunker. And that's working pretty good for now. Azoid Soul is gonna have to recycle his units here. But he's gonna get back all 5, so that's not terrible. At least gets some value for them. But it's mostly just health damage here. Good news for him is that they'll oh, what the hell happened here? Garsh is going in for another big trade. Not really able to win the fight directly, especially not with the vulture support coming through. And the engineers over this army just making them win, actually. Red beats blue. But yellow can't hold on, guys. Only the soul is in such deep trouble right now, even with a handful of the vultures being back. Is it just one vulture? The others must have been sniped by the Reavers. Great job by Hedgie. He's so rich. He can do this all day, guys. It's okay for him to lose a bunch of units. Although now he's really gonna get... That's a stun. Has to use his mech overcharge. And he's also getting his combat salvage triggered here. As long as these Colossi reset the raid count a little bit and Garsh can come back to help once more, it's all good. So more or less holds here. Only losing a handful of buildings, but it's still getting worked on. He still can't make air units, to be honest. Checho's at 54 population. Zone is just 17 because he can't make stuff. Garsh at 80. Hedgie at 115. He can actually do this all day. I don't think he should send in these little groups, though. Probably best to group up again. Johnny's still in there, but no veterancy for him. That's funny. Alright, another attack here. This is a very undefended base, so they either teleport in or something. because this is too far away from the front, and Hedgie seems to be wanting to stop this a little bit. There's only a handful of Wraiths, so even if they did come back, it's not enough really. Cars also has a blister bag this time. Turrets are down, now it's time to focus the main, and Hedgie's still holding the ground here. No units from Zone to Soul whatsoever. He's quite rich, but he's not able to produce because his shit got destroyed. Mines aren't strong enough to destroy Wraith at this point. Cars must have the tier 3 upgrade. And this is gonna be it. They just can't hold. They don't have stuff, guys. That's it. Well done. Well done to Art of Ruin. One more victory for them, and they're in the finals. Ladies and gents, welcome. We've got Mirage and Carson Cameras is in the blue. Teal color, Hedgie. They're playing as Colony and Shipmaster. On the other side, in yellow, this is Zonated Soul and his buddy Chechos Pros in the red. Oops, wrong button. They're playing as Shipmaster and Serena. Serena is interesting, especially if you can hold on to that middle base. Get a whole lot of ice blocks up in the middle for the first fight. The ice cream truck as well. And support it with the honor guard. I think that could be pretty good. But if they end up going ghost, that's also fine. It's just a little bit harder to pull off on a map like this where you only have one mini base per player. And actually one person doesn't get any. That would be Hedgie this time. So he's going for an early raid camp, and he's probably gonna go double raid camp to absolutely pummel this. So we'll see how well Zonated Soul is gonna be able to defend. But if his buddy helps, Chechos Bros has out a bunch of ghosts. By the time the brutes arrive, then everything should be fine. Wait, Hedgie is the Shippy. Yeah, he's gonna have brutes. Cars on the other hand, I guess he's gonna go skit choppers. Already has some skits out, but no choppers just yet. Okay, they're happening. They're happening. Well, the ice blocks here aren't really going to be that much of a problem, but with the cryo troopers following up, those units are already heavily chilled. I don't think they'll make it to the garrison. That's going to belong now to Chechos. And Hedgie still hasn't brought any brutes. Looks like they're coming more or less one by one, and he wants the single mini base to be destroyed. Which is now making ghosts. There should be quite more of those. Chechos needs to pump full time. Actually, he's gonna get shielding first and then pump. It's a good idea, but there is a little bit out of position, isn't he? Yeah, guys, so, you know, Warriors would be good on this map, actually. Scoot is correct about that, because at least you have the goo. Right, and you can still do the mine and knock people into that with choppers. So you drop it down, you ram people with your choppers into it, and then let it detonate as they get back up. That's a very, very strong play, actually. But of course, once you get into vehicle versus vehicle battles, it's not as easy to do. The goo just has a much lesser effect there. Anyways, Cars with his kit choppers doing phenomenal work here in the middle. The ghosts really don't have a chance against them. So they don't want to take a straight up fight, especially in equal numbers or being behind. That's absolutely unheard of and just isn't gonna happen. But Team Red for now has defended the mini base. There's no meaningful damage done there, but now that both of the Team Blue guys are spamming scouts, this middle mini is basically theirs. Ice Cream Truck might be able to do something about it if it was supported by a Shippy Mac Shipface hero, but the Honor Guard isn't coming either. This is dangerous business. Great use of the ice blocks, picking off 2 scouts there. Maybe they can hold. All the rams getting used up on the ghosts, giving the Ice Cream Truck some time to shoo these away. And Zointed Soul can also get grenades, which he does have. This is some pretty good potential right now. Cars has to wait and be patient. That's why he's getting up to base, so that buys him some time. As obviously it's a very tempting thing to attack. But at least they stopped for a moment and he could get away the choppers. Quick heal for the cars here. They have an opportunity here to destroy that base as well, but Hachi, I mean, he's only now getting his second extractor, right? The others have had that for a long time. Cars going tier 2, in fact. Hachi only on 400 power. I know it says 700, but he has to upgrade that gen. There's no way he rides it out until tier 2. It would be... He would just hurt himself economically. That's not a thing. We've got Frost Ravens coming out, which is super fun. I love Frost Ravens. You guys know this. I don't need to promote it any further. Mass Frost Raven is one of the strongest things in the game, actually, if you can pull it off. But obviously, if they get picked off one by one as they're being made, then it's kind of Get to a critical mass, though. And make it a surprising thing. That's different. Anyways, Ice Cream Truck is dead, so Cars definitely has momentum on his side for now. Even the 2 combined players aren't able to handle this because they got greedy and split up. They had just fought together. This would have been a different kind of fight. Well, Hachi is now ready to go tier 2 finally. Hopefully he'll do it. But I don't think he can hold on to his extra base there. The engineer is sure gonna try. And you know what? Maybe he can make it to the 4th point, but it's so far away still. And we've got the Frost Ravens joining the fight as well. So Zonoid Soul has revealed them, but I think he wants to hide them some more, actually. That would have been prudent to wait at least until he has like 6 or 7 or something. 6, 7. Oh, he's not trying to hide them at all. He's going for it now. Let's see if Cars can do anything about it. It doesn't look like it. Five? Oh, what's that? It's a bee. Oh my god, Cars, you're so clumped. Holy shit. He just lost so much. The Capitano is getting frozen very easily as well. I'm gonna permanently get it into that state now, pretty much. Especially as more of them come up. Cars is here too, so I wonder if we'll see some Reavers from him soon. A little bit for now. What about these Raven upgrades though? Oh wow, that that Capitano, man. It's upgraded, it's teleported out! The Skitterer froze! It didn't teleport with him, what the hell? Okay, it disappeared. I didn't know that's how it worked. Sorry, what do you mean enforcer drop? This is Shipmaster. No, we got spirit support for both sides at the moment. We've got Dark Skies Brutes as well here for Chechos. They might be breaking Karsh's base, man. It's looking pretty damn good. Sweet Cow, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. I'm assuming Company of Heroes, right? We're doing a Halo Wars 2 tournament today here. Our very first time to do 2v2 Pro League here. We usually do 2v2s in the lower levels like Rising Star, but now the top guys are playing and it's pretty damn fun. Carson Cameras is somehow holding this base actually, guys, with the engineer repair, but it's not enough as the shields go down in the end, the engineer bubbles, and even the Hunter Capitano couldn't do the taunt ability and he gets frozen once more, shattered and frozen once more again. There's gonna be a beam in the middle of all this and that's hurting the Brutes significantly, but they just jump out. It's fine. The Ravens continue their freezing action, but a lot of them did fall. I don't think there's too many left. There's 4 of them left. There's a heal on the Hunter Capitano, and do remember his beam attack actually siphons health. Cars can stay in here quite a lot longer, but once the engineer bubbles are gone, he disappears as well. It didn't even take that long, actually. So, yeah, Brute's pretty good against heroes, guys. What about Hetchy? He somehow survived here on that free slot base, which is crazy. He's got his own hero out now. He's taking mini bases down, and his other guard is ready to cause some chaos. But I don't think it quite matches up with what Chechos has here. He's got such a huge advantage. Okay, Cars managing to stop the third base from coming up. That's at least a bit of a consolation prize. But man, Cars has to turtle, that's for sure. Just chill back home, sit under the shield, get that Hunter Capitano going again, put some skits on and hope for the best. Maybe they'll come to you, maybe they'll feed you too much experience, maybe you can get out the scarab or something. And Hetchy holding on to dear life, just barely. Because I think he's about to get doubled. I'd be shocked if Chechos isn't coming in to help when he can see that Zonated Soul has got it under control by such a degree. I think this is the opportunity to come over and end it. Yeah, Cars can turtle by himself over here. That's fine. Nobody cares. Let him. Let him. Team Red's absolutely controlling all of the map. The Reavers have some other ideas, but they're not exactly anti-building units, so it's not like they can reliably stop this. These guys should absolutely go and help. Spirit support gets called in. Wait, where's the Hunter? Is it already gone? Oh my god. Wow. Chad, Steve, the unicorns, they're all dead, guys. Still nothing too interesting. Hetchy has like units in Cars' base for some reason. But I don't think he can hold the main even after all this. Like the Kodiak's starting to siege him. He doesn't even have shields. He's gonna lose the generators, man. This is very, very bad news. Cars? Probably trying to save up for Death Host. But very much need those dropped in units for sure. Winter Wonderland going here with the ice cream truck. And the Ravens are just partying up in the air. A heal wouldn't hurt them. But I think they're fine for now. Yeah, just too much anti-air here. You don't want to mess with that. Is that a... Oh, yeah, Devastating Host is in. You also got the big drop here from Zonated Soul. And those 2 tanks are... sure racking up some damage there against the Capitano. Well, he can take it. He's great at anti-vehicle stuff. Plus there's an anti-vehicle turret. Things are not too bad, but 4 Kodiaks now. This is starting to be a little bit scary. Beam getting called in as an act of desperation, really. Tank gets taken out, so it's not all bad, but these guys are still very much on the back foot. Even the two cryo troopers are adding a lot of damage, and Team Blue has to resign. Well done by Chezona. I didn't think these guys would play that well. But this game, they really turned things around compared to the first two. I thought this would be probably a sweep after we've seen the first two games, right? But game two, they already showed that they can hold on to their life very, very nicely. Here, they're actually striking back. So what's the next game going to be? Are they just going to own Cars and Hetchy in game 4 and then bring us to the last match of the series? Maybe. Oh, look at that. These guys are doing a mirror matchup. Cars and Cameras is in the blue. And we've got Hetchy in the teal. They're playing as Arbiter and Anders. Hetchy being the Arbiter. And then on the other side, we've got Chechos Pros in the blue and Zonated Soul... blue? That's red. That's so red. Zonated Soul is playing in the yellow. And they're also playing Anders and Arbiter. So that should be a pretty interesting little combination with the Arbiter player just being able to be an absolute bully throughout most of the game. Very good control over the map with ghosts. We should be seeing a whole lot more of that. Just give the Arbiter player 2 of the mini bases in the back and you'll be partying from there. Also, Twitch gamers, the betting is online, so you can do it. Put a few points on Chezona at least. After that last game, I think they deserve it. Don't make it like 99% lopsided. Build order wise, we're looking at some pretty standard Rift business. People get greedy. This is a large map. This is a defensive map. This is like the entrance to your main base slot, right? And this. So it's very, very easy to protect those. And there's generally a large rush distance as well. So you've got time to get your economy up and running like this. And Cars is going to do the same for that reason. And we'll likely see the exact same thing on the other side of the map. Not. Zonated Soul is actually going hero and either snipers or Hellbringers. We'll find out. But if it's Hellbringers, it could be a really good pressure play if they coordinate. But Checho is also going for a second generator here and not Ghost Place, as he only has 1 of the minis, not 2. So Zonated Soul probably isn't going to get that much out of this. Iron Nodes are being captured by both teams. Blue already has 1. Red's following up soon. And now it's Hetchy's turn to spam ghosts. He's better prepared for this. Like, even though he's gone for the double gem build, it's still a decent follow-up to that. Remember, big map. And he's got 2 mini bases. That's where you make them from, the main base. There's no other way to do them. Just got a plan for that in a team game like this. Of course, interestingly, getting some snipers out, and of course the Spartan with the upgrade now as well. That's gonna make it quite easy to deal with any infantry business. There's snipers, however, on Zonated Soul's side as well, so they're basically just doing the same thing on both sides, but I just don't think the Team Red is gonna have enough ghosts, and that could be very detrimental to these first few fights. If Hetchy just overwhelms with mass ghosts, then well, the snipers of Cars can get to work. They already got 8 ghosts, man. Chechos has 5. That's a massive difference. You just can't do that. Chechos is going to try to go for a quick tier 2 without shielding on the ghosts. And for Hetchy, he's finishing it. So if they strike now, as these shields finish up, that would be great. Oh, my interface. Sorry. Sometimes it breaks. Okay, Chechos has the base up. He's getting an Apex up and running. And if he had upgraded these harvesters, he might be able to also afford a third extractor right away, but he's not done that. And they're under pressure anyway, so he shouldn't do that. Oh man, those mines actually might detonate. They didn't, but Hetchy has overwhelming numbers of ghosts here. I wonder if he'll just retreat now. Probably. Oh, he lost it to the mines there. Didn't move. Well, they could still fight. But I think they're going to calm down a bit and retreat. Chechos is getting up his additional production, focusing on that rather than the economy for now. As they're under pressure and they need to make sure to reinforce this in case the other guys are just going to come at them even harder. Which could absolutely happen. Hetchy's ready to go tier 2. He's got his own base up and running. But I think he's going to be a bit more economical and perhaps think about the third generator. More power, more upgrades, more advanced units. It makes sense. You should do it. Any game where you're doing fine, you should do it. Well, Team Blue has 2 power nodes to 0. That's a pretty big deal. And Hetchy is gonna go and capture this number 3. Maybe. I mean, a sniper has something to say about that, actually. So, never mind. They can take the others. And Kars is thinking about maybe using these Marines to attack. Waiting for combat tech Marines, no doubt. Tier 2 is done. Should be very quickly able to upgrade combat tech. Yeah, he's clicking it right away. And then the Spartan gets upgraded too soon. Good stun with the drop turret, but the snipers are very nicely spread out by Kars, and he was able to snipe those mines before any trouble happened. Generator up front here is very exposed, and it's gonna get the business. Combat Tech Marine's a good answer to what is going on here. The Spartan upgraded as well. They don't really care about the anti-vehicle turret. I'm not sure why it's an anti-vehicle turret, not anti-infantry, by the way. Couldn't figure that out. Hetchy is close. Are you serious, sir? Banshees? You can't... That's illegal! He's doing the Banshee thing. I love it. Nobody's gonna expect that. But they're ahead by enough that I think it might work. Okay, third power node here, getting taken care of by Kars. Ooh, great find by Hetchy. He's found the third generator. It's unupgraded. If he drops in, he will be able to take care of it. There's some phantoms up in the air for Chechos, probably loaded with elites, but it shouldn't be a huge issue. Anyways, shield generator getting taken down there by plasma bolt. That's probably gonna be a success, and it worked. And he's now working on the extractor. Will it work? The extractor's getting healed, but it's not enough. Those will clean up. That's that. Yeah, Kars is attacking this mini base as well, so they're definitely doing a lot of damage together. Kars will be on fourth point by now, excuse me. Wonder what he does with it. He's got 2 garages, so we should be able to perhaps see some Wolverines from him. Or Kodiaks. We're about to find out. Vehicle upgrade was a good idea for either case. But it might be Kodiaks, because Zonated Soul is just kind of poor here. He doesn't have any power nodes. Well, they have 3 at the moment, so good job there. But that's probably going down back to 2. I don't think Chechos can donate a lot of power to him, but if they can get an early Sentinel out, it could change everything. Good amount of phantoms now. If they maneuver carefully, those Marines are in trouble. But Cars doesn't have to keep him, does he? It's Kodiaks and a population upgrade. Wow. It's a little risky considering that there could be a retriever coming soon. Anyway, Hachi's running around now with his Arbiter. Where's his Banshee? Oh my god, he just released them. Let's go. 20 Banshees. Let's go. Okay, let's not go. Let's go. Come on, Hachi. Do it. Do it. He doesn't want to do it. Bye-bye, Cars. No more Marines for you. I think he's fine with that. Anyway. And here come the Banshees. Oh my god. This is gonna be so ugly. 24 Banshees. And I think Hachi's going tier 3. Which means he can get them the Plasma Torpedo upgrade right away. Hachi. Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's spotted, but I mean, 24 Banshees, you're not ready for this. Look at all those Kodiaks. Oh my god. So it's all now gonna be eagerly pumping out Wolverines if it will do anything, but I mean, these are gonna be quite well upgraded, right? And Cars is dropping in his Retriever Sentinel on top as well. Zoetisso's main is gone. 3 generators down. Holy shit. That's so much damage. Do it again. There's 3 more generators here. Those are going to be the most valuable Banshees we've ever seen. In any Pro League. Ever. So there's a little bit of anti-air, but these guys are way late to scout it. I think this other base is gonna go down too, isn't it? Oh my god, they're gonna leave. That's it. 3 to 1. Art of Ruin is gonna be your finalist team there. But before we do that, there's gonna be a bronze round between Chezona and Doge Angel. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.